Surprise. Yeah. I had some time on my hands, and again, another subscriber gave me a topic last night after I did the live on the sheets. And I was like, I don't have to research nothing on this. I can talk to you from personal experience. So by the time you get your notifications and come on up in the building, we're going to talk about it. In the meantime, I'm fixing to get this cleaner off this stove over here that I messed up cooking. And I've been trying to find a good cleaner for the glass top stove that I have. I went out and I bought two different kinds. They did not work. I don't want to down nobody's brand or whatever. But I went down front and asked them what were they cleaning the glass top stoves with. But I went down front and asked them what were they cleaning the glass top stoves with. Hold on. Why this phone won't go down? There we go. I got two phones working here. I was going to read the chat from one and talk to y'all from the other. Okay, so anyway, let me get this off while y'all coming in. They told me to use Easy Off. You know what you clean the oven with? That. Yeah. So I have none at home because it's a self-cleaning oven. So I went off and this is what I bought, the heavy duty one. So we're going to have to see, it says it cleans 3 times faster, oven cleaner, heavy duty. And it's only showing the inside of an oven here. But Ms.V for the use it on top of this stove. And we're going to see what happens. Okay? Yeah. Oh, we're going to see what happens while y'all coming in. Then I got to go get some aluminum cleaner because I did a self-cleaning oven clean yesterday. I think it was day before yesterday. And now I need to go get some aluminum cleaner for the top of the stove. Oh no. And they said just wipe it off. Come on, Rooster, you gotta move. I'll find you somewhere else to go. We're gonna find out now if this gonna work or not. If not, they can come up here and show me what I'm doing wrong. She said spray it on, leave it on for a little while, and you may have to do it twice. So this is the first time. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Tajista, you are the person that I wanted to come in today because I'm going to talk about that topic that you wanted to discuss this morning. I didn't have to do no research on that, baby. I can talk about that from personal experience. So this came from cleaning the oven. So now I got to get aluminum cleaner to get that off. Now they got all this stuff together, but they need to really, really, really get it together. So it looks good except for right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring y'all over here and show y'all what I'm doing. Rooster still here? Yes. Okay, so let's switch it over. Okay, so see, that side looks good. The back burner looks good, but it looks like this is the one I use all the time. I'm going to spray some more on there and let it sit until after I get off live, and then see if it'll look like the other two sides. But this was Easy Off oven cleaner that they told me to clean the glass top stove with. So let me spray some more on there. And then I'll be able to tell y'all if it actually worked. Because I don't want that spot, whatever that spot is. Okay. I'll leave it right there. But the other side, I'm impressed with it. Maybe I didn't leave it on there long enough. All right, back to us. Okay, back to us. Hold on, let me flip us back over. Okay. All right, so y'all know I just walked in the door from work. Got my coffee. So I'm drinking my kava. So I hope that y'all rang that bell when you came in. You know, up at the top corner up there. Hey, Auntie, thank you for coming in, Martin, for me this morning. Now, I hope the children don't come in this morning because we talking about situations with children this morning. And the parents need to be up in here this morning, not the children. And the children don't need to be up in here. They need to go on, learn something at the schoolhouse. That's what they need to do. Okay, so let me get back up here and speak to y'all as y'all coming in, and then we're going to talk about this topic this morning. And I want everybody that's a parent, especially if you've had any dealing with a child of a divorce situation that may be going through some issues in their life, because they do. I don't think it's any person out there, a child, maybe even grown at this point, will not say it didn't affect them one way or the other. Because most children want their parents to stay together because they like both parents. Okay? In this particular situation, the child is 10 and it's a girl. And the parents have divorced and moved on. But of course, I went through that same thing because I'm a mother of a divorce situation with a child. She was 4 at the time and she was a girl. So I didn't really see anything initially. It's like when I told her, you going to grandma's, me and your daddy are not going to be together. When you come back, it's going to be me and you. We're going to be leaving the house, and I'm going to take the summer to get everything together and get our new home and get situated. And she was good with it because her and my mama were like this. So going to grandma's was fine. Once she got back, I really observed her a lot because it was time to go to school when she came back. She may have had a couple of days before time to go to school, just time enough to get out and do a little shopping. Back then, I didn't have to do much because they were wearing uniforms. So it was mostly getting the shoes and the socks and stuff like that she needed to go back to school. So I observed her. I didn't see where it affected her at all. At the particular time when we divorced, he was not coming around at all. We had settled everything and he was paying child support. We always left the window of opportunity open for him that he could come by at any time he wanted to. I didn't even have to be there. That's your daughter. Okay, we made her together. So there was no excuses for him not to come. He chose not to come. A lot of it was shame, guilt. We were young, early 30s. I was 32 when I went through the divorce. And he was just sowing wild oats, wild seeds. Okay, that's the point he was in his life. I do realize, and I've realized this for a while, that he was a more clingy type of person that needed somebody around all of the time. A little bit less mature than me. I had life experiences that grew me up, and he was coming straight out of his mother's home. A little bit younger than me. And that's why it was funny to me when I came out here and I was accused of cocoa. I was saying to myself, these people don't have a clue. I would never have a younger man ever in my life. Not then or now. Men mature a little bit slower than women, especially in their formative years, their younger years, in their 20s. You could be 23 and they could be 27 and they still may not be where you are. And that was the case with us. Plus, I was working when I met him. I had already landed that job. So I kept my job. And I always thought in the back of my head, I'm going to stay working, regardless to whether he says I don't have to work or whatever. I'm going to work, because there were things in life that I wanted, and I was acquiring them at an early age. And the only way I was going to be able to do it was to stay working and not depend on his money. I don't advocate that. A woman dependent on a man's money. They might stay with you, but how are they going to treat you? I'm not the type of person you're going to treat me no any kind of way and think I'm just going to stay there. My record shows I will move clean cross country. It don't matter to me. As long as I see where I'm going to be able to put food on the table, clothes on the back, roof over your head, keep transportation, and some money in our pocket where we can go and enjoy life, I'm gone. I'm not that kind of woman that feels like I just need a man just to have a man and he ain't doing nothing. I ain't never had that kind of man in my life. Never wanted that kind of man in my life. I was always independent. Always. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. Yep. With you or without you, I'm going to survive. And life is going to go on with you or without you. You know that from the beginning. Very strong will. It's things I've been through. It's the way I was raised. It's what I had to go through in life. That don't depend on nobody, because they may be there and they may not be there. But if they ain't there, you're going to keep kicking. Have enough faith in God that he going to take care of you. So let me get into the chat. Okay. I had to look back at my stove back there and see what it was doing. It's foaming up, so I guess it's cleaning it off. Hello to everybody who came in. Not a good hair day. I ain't feel like fooling with my hair this morning. Okay, so it's a cap day. From that 70 era. You know, we talked about it. That's when it came through. 70s, okay? And I've been in that 70 look for a few minutes now. A couple of weeks. Tajisti, good morning. How you doing? Rooster still there. I'm going to change some things around, but I'm waiting until I get out of school. I'm ready to change some things around. When Miss Margaret was talking about that the other day, that she was tired of looking at the way it was. She's ready to make some changes. I was thinking the same thing, but not until school is out. That way I can thoroughly clean behind everything as I move things around and take some things out, put some things in, move them from room to room, whatever. But not right now. Okay, the whole purpose of this rest of this journey this year is to get through this school year. And then I'm free for 3 months to do what I want to and as I please. Exactly. Your personal experience is what I wanted to hear. Okay, Tajisti. And it may work for you. It may not, because each situation is different. I mean, everybody who's gone through a divorce will just about tell you that. Every child is different that you're dealing with. But one thing that most people will say that they have in common is that if the kid has grown up with you and y'all are in the same household, and that's the father and you the mother, they don't want to see y'all separate under no circumstances. I don't care how old they are. They want y'all together. So that's when it becomes critical. How you leave, explaining to them the situation, but yet gently, because you don't want to talk negative about the father. I don't care what he did. That's still that child's father. So I had to keep that in mind. Luckily, I had the help of my mother to send her to her, and them two have a bonding over that time, and she knew what I was going through because we had already talked, and I had told her, it's no reconciling, no differences at all. The trust is gone, so I'm gone. So can you just keep her over the summer? And she was like, I get out of school May 31st. She can be here the next day. She can even stay the year if you want to. I'm like, no, because you're trying to create a new home for her. No. Okay. I'm just asking the summer. All right. Hey Keisha, good morning. How you doing? I use that pink stuff and it is amazing. The pink stuff. What's the pink stuff? What's the name, Keisha? Because I've been having problems trying to keep that glass clean. If it had been my choice, everything in here was brand new, all of the appliances. But that wouldn't have been one I would have wanted to pick, is that glass top stove. And my choir director was saying the same thing. It never looks like it's clean. And the least little thing, you see it on there. And I lived with glass for a long time, over 20 years. Everything in the house, the coffee tables, the end tables, the kitchen table was glass back in the day. I loved glass, but it kept me working. And I finally got away from it. I don't feel like doing all that. I was young then, and I had kids in the house, and I kept it clean. But I also had help because I had somebody who came in and helped with the house once a week. I told y'all about him. He cleaned my shop. His name was Freddie. And he cleaned my shop and my home. So usually the house on Friday. So when I came home on Friday evening, the house was clean for the weekend. And we picked up during the week. So we did general cleaning and he did the things that I just wasn't going to do. The ceiling fans, baseboards, all that, the oven, cleaning out everything. Okay, that I just didn't want to do. I done worked all week. 4 days, 12 hours, sometimes 16, sometimes an extra day. I don't want to do that. I'd rather pay you. Okay, my husband felt the same way about the yard. Morning, Auntie. You got your belt? You think you're gonna need it? I hope not. But tell the ass up if they need it, Auntie. That's what's wrong with the children today. They ain't getting a butt whoop. I believe a good butt whooping would take care of a whole lot of problems and create a whole lot of airspace, empty space in these jailhouses. It gets those spots off and looks new. The pink stuff paste. Well, what's the name of it, Keisha? I can't go looking for pink stuff paste. I got to know the name of it. Help me. Having my coffee in the office. We got some storms across the country today. Yeah, I was reading about that on the bus this morning. I believe it said a 800-mile stretch of tornadoes from Kansas City all the way down to Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm trying to read what's going on in the world, watch the kids, watch where we rolling, I don't want to fall in another pothole. I got one good leg. I'm trying to keep it. But yeah, tornadoes can be damaging too. They can be devastating because they different from hurricanes. When they come down, they destroy whole towns, whole cities, everything. All you got is remnants of what used to be your life. Where hurricanes don't do that type of destruction. They may strike one house, but it's usually the wind and the water with the hurricanes. And you lose power and that kind of stuff. But ain't no power, ain't no house, ain't no nothing with no tornado. We've had both in this area. We've had hurricanes to come and tornadoes to come behind them, or vice versa. To just the Vim cream cleaner and the green side. Are you saying scrub from dollar store? Okay, let me do this. Because I went in the dollar store first looking for something that said glass cleaner. And basically, it was nothing in there but Windex that I saw. What? There you go. Okay, I got it screenshotted. Thank you, Tajisty. Auntie, I want to pull y'all onto a cleaner. Put us onto a cleaner called the pink stuff. Oh, that's the name of it. Oh, CIF and Tajista, you're right. Them do wonderful. Okay, I also like Scrub Daddy's products. Okay, let me screenshot you too, Auntie, because I should have asked about this before. Instead of going out there buying all this stuff that ain't did nothing. Made a streaky mess is what it did. Okay. Thank y'all. Hey, mister, how you doing? Mister, you got the weather report for Houston? I got it this morning. Houston is going to be fine. Beautiful up until Sunday. And it's going to be a hell of a downpour Sunday. So expect rain on Sunday. I did your job, mister. I'm the weather woman this morning. Men tend to be a little less emotionally mature as they tend to leave home when married for more than women. So they fresh out of mama's house who do everything. My sis ahead of that, she raising husbands. Oh, no. No. And you know the strange thing about that marriage was, I didn't see it, I guess because I wasn't looking for it. He was so catering to my needs. Anything I wanted. He took the old car, bought me the new car before we were married. We got married December 19th. He bought the car back in August or September, right after he proposed to me. I don't even know if he had proposed to me because the proposal was kind of crazy. We were walking in the mall and he was like, let's go in the jewelry store. And there we were. What do you want, sir? How can I help you? We want to look at wedding rings. And I'm like, wedding rings? You ain't asked me to marry you. That was his way of asking. Demetria, hello from Russia. Good morning, good evening, or whatever it is, night, because y'all on a different time. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Come on in. Hang out with us. Chuck, how you doing? Good morning from North Korea. Happy trails to you also. I don't know if it's day or night, probably night there. Y'all hit that like button up in the right-hand corner, the 3 dots in the right-hand corner, please. Hit the subscribe button to all the new ones coming in. We bring topics of conversations every day that are different. A lot of my chatting that I talk with y'all about is from what subscribers want to talk about. So if it's something you want to talk about, put it in the live, or when the live is over, hit the comment section and say, can we talk about this? I'll do my best. That's all I can say. Okay? You chime in also. That's how we do it over here. Good morning, Charlene. I almost miss you, Miss V. Well, you didn't know I was going to come on. I didn't even put nothing out on the community wall. I just said, okay, I got time. I'm sitting here drinking my coffee. Came in cleaning the oven. Took my shoes off, put on my little flip-flops, and parked it. I got another skillet over there that I'm working on that I messed up on the stove. Running around doing too many things and not taking care of what was going on back here. Didn't burn the food, but the skillet looks awful. Okay, blessings to you as well, Charlene. Welcome to this Thankful Thursday. Thank you for all the hearts and the prayers. Mending is doing good. I still got my brace on. Can I raise it up? Yeah. I wear it to work and I keep it on all day. I take it off, excuse me, when I get home at night. I don't sleep in it. I elevate my leg and I ice it at night. Try to keep the swelling down until I can get to the doctor on the 15th. Hit that like button for me. When you see the bells in the chat, that's the like button. Right-hand corner. Hit it. Give me the like, please. Thank you. North Korea don't have internet connection? Laughing? Okay. Whatever you say. Never been there. Don't know. Miss Aretha's in the building. Good morning, Miss Aretha. Demetri, I caught that little joke too. Welcome, sir. Long as everyone behave, I'm the auntie with the belt. You tell them about it. I ain't catch it because I don't know what they had it or not. Y'all are more advanced on that than I am. Which countries got it, which countries don't. I don't know. But welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. We're going to talk about something a little bit more serious in a few minutes. Let me just welcome everybody in here. So be thinking about your experiences. What would you tell a small child of parents of divorce who's longing for her daddy to be back with the mother, but it's not feasible, nor is it going to happen? That's what we're going to talk about this morning. How do you talk to this child? What do you tell this child? Okay, so be thinking about that and dropping that in the comments as we rolling along out here on this fantastic voyage, a virtual cruise ship. Okay. Me and one of my best friends used to get into it because I don't believe in that either. She felt as though a man should do everything, pay for everything, and women should never drive if a man is there. What happens if the man dies, if the man walks off and leave you? You don't sit yourself up there and you don't drive, you don't know your way around, you don't know how to drive. It's different just sitting there and getting out there actually doing it every day. I don't go along with that, but whatever works for her. You're laughing, Demetri? Okay. They laugh at me all the time. Just you gonna fit right in then. Not Miss V saying what's the pink stuff when that's the name of it. I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't have said that. I thought she was just describing it as the pink stuff. Okay, y'all ahead of me. I've been up since 4, okay? I ain't never seen no pink stuff. If I had seen it, I would have had it, T. Oh, y'all. I ain't finna play with y'all this morning. Ms.V stuff. That's the name of it. This is why we laughing in some organic humor, okay? Y'all laugh at me all the time. I don't care. I done told y'all that. That's funny. Laugh about it then. Laugh with me, laugh at me. I don't care. Look at Keisha and I'm bust out laughing with what Auntie said. Y'all coming here with jokes this morning. Y'all trying to get me in a better frame of mind. I'm sleepy. That's what I am. But I said no. I'm coming out here and I'm gonna talk to y'all. Then I'm gonna take me a little nap because I ain't got nothing else to do. Yes, you can go looking for exactly that. All right, Miss Keisha. I thank you and Auntie Millie because I promise I was sick of that stove. I was about to tell them just come take it out. I'll buy my own because I don't like it. I bought 2 products and they didn't work. Millie is telling you she love you, Keisha. We all do over here. Keisha is Keisha. Okay? Very knowledgeable, though. I like her when she comments. Hello, Toontastic. What you cooking, Auntie? Nothing. Cleaning up the kitchen from this morning. Before I left out, I did some bacon and eggs on a piece of toast. That's all. I already had my breakfast. I ate it. Well, I didn't eat it early. I took it to work with me and then ate it later. Mm-hmm. Ariana, you back. Hi, how you doing? Welcome back. Did you hit that subscribe button for me, Ariana? Now, y'all gonna have to hit the subscribe button because we're on a mission over here. We got things to do, places to go, people to see. Look at Keisha Thomas Millie. I'm on the floor. Well, y'all just stay down there. I'm going to send some more down to the floor before it's over with. It's just going to be floor room only, okay? Just little spaces. So all y'all going to hit the floor before I get through with you today. Just for that. I promise. Let's see. Hey, Deborah Silver, good morning. JP is in the building. How you doing, JP? My sister says, I don't want my sons to be some woman's nightmare husband, so she's raising them with that in mind. And women can raise men quite well. The only thing I suggest is have some kind of dominant male figure in the life, whether it's a friend, a church member, a co-worker, somebody who can help them become a man. It's hard for a boy to become a man being raised by a woman. It's just certain things a man can teach a boy how to become a man that a woman can't. I can't teach them nothing about the cars. I'm not going to get out there and show them how to mow the grass, paint the house. The stuff that men do, that's what they need from that man. It could be a godfather, anybody that you trust and you've seen how they've raised their boys or their family. That's who you need in your life if you're a single woman. Deborah said, working around the house, but listening to your chat. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. The signs of narcissistic. Okay, so that's what I didn't say. He's narcissist also. The man that we're talking about today. They're divorced. She left the marriage because he showed narcissistic behavior towards her, and she didn't want this around her child. I'm not sure how many children she has, but it's the little girl that's causing her some sleepless nights. And after we talked about sleep last night, that's what she got with me and told me through an email. The Ms.V, can we talk about this? So that's why we're here today. So I need to hear from y'all. How do you feel about it? What are your suggestions to her in helping her get this child back on track and that not being so much of her primary thought always? Because other than that, it's not a problem. But you don't see it when you're being loved. Oh, to Gisty. And my experience, I don't think mine saw it either. Until this day, I don't think she saw the sacrifices that I made for her when I bought her and didn't buy me. Or when we went to the makeup counter and we were there buying MAC or whatever we were buying at the time. When you started wearing makeup, I'm buying you the same thing I'm buying me. We walking out of there with $300 and $400 worth of makeup. But I'm not wearing $300 or $400 of it. You taking yours on back to college with you. See, when we go and do shopping, you go into your section to get what you want. I'm going to mine, but we meeting up and it's on me. It ain't on you. When spring break came, I made the sacrifices. The daddy just paid the child support. I don't recall any time he ever took you on a vacation growing up. It was always me. You threw the dart on the map out there in the garage, and where it landed, that's where we went. I researched the place and found out things for you to do, places for us to go. Okay? But it still doesn't matter. She still loves him. Even though part of her life, he was absentee. When he was still running from woman to woman, he's on his fourth wife. They've been together, thank God, over 20 years now. But he was absentee from at least 4 till she started driving. And she started going to his house, 15. Okay? Saw him every now and then. The second husband and him rode motorcycles together. Told him, man, look, I don't have to be there for you to come and see her or you to come and pick her up. Whenever he did come pick her up when she was small, which was every now and then, that was always a problem. I'm giving her too much. I'm doing this. Everything was always wrong, but you ain't doing nothing. But yet I had to keep my lips shut, not argue with him, especially around her or his wife, whichever one it was at the time, and just move on like I heard you, but I didn't hear you. That's the way I had to do to keep the peace. We see each other all the time throughout the year. And it's always that guilt that you see when you when we speak to each other or we sit down to the table, we've met in the cafeterias. I've sit at the table with them and talked, but I'm mainly talking to his wife because he doesn't have much to talk about because of what he did and how he left. But yet it's been so long, I've forgotten about a whole lot of it until you brought this up. Mm-hmm. Um, Nobody can go to North Korea, Ms.V. It's the only country in the world who is cut off from the rest of humanity. They live under a total dictatorship. They have no contact. Well, I didn't know nothing about going there. He said, hello from North Korea, if I'm not mistaken. I ain't got time to fool with that. So I'm thinking he's coming in from North Korea. I'm not even thinking nothing. My mind is really on this child. Okay. That's neither here nor there about the Korea thing. You know, matters not to me. I ain't never going no way. So thank you for the information, AT. No internet, no contact. Okay, fine. Good. Um, I'm moving on from the career. I got to get to this child. That's what we out here talking about. Mommy and daddy both love you, says Keisha. They will both love you, just living separately. That's good advice, Keisha. And that's basically what I told her. But I had to do little bits at a time because I didn't know how much she was comprehending this because she never saw nothing in the house. She never saw us arguing. She never saw us fighting because we didn't do none of that. And we sure didn't argue. I have a disagreement in front of her. Mm-mm. Nope. She would be at the babysitter or she's gone with one of her friends, whatever Astroworld was going on back then. And if it's summertime, it was a group of us as women, and we would take turns taking the kids up there and picking them up. Most of the time, it was me taking them all the time. I always had the biggest vehicle, and they were younger. I was the older one with the child the same age as theirs. So they were always hanging with me. Miss V, we love teasing you. Well, obviously, okay. Well, thank you, TT. I love you too. Um, Keisha is what my family say as well. Yeah, I'm pretty much me, and my family pretty much knows when I'm serious and how to deal with me because some things to me I don't tolerate. Infidelity is one. Alcoholism is another. Drugs, another. You're not finna take my money out this house. I don't care if you work for it or I work for it. And you gonna spend your money on drugs and you gonna do this in front of my no, you're not. You go find your own place, okay, and do whatever you want to because the life we had ain't gonna be no more. That's the way I would see that. Nope. Uh-uh. Zayden, hello. What's this about? What are you talking about? Zayden, I need you to step out and step back in because I have the hashtags of everything we talking about over here today. And that way I can keep on going. I can't back up in the middle of the stream. We on a cruise ship. We can't back up. We got to keep going forward. Anytime you come into this chat, there are hashtags out there telling you what we're talking about. Always remember that. Welcome to Chatting with Miss V. All right. Keisha, males do need males. I agree. I cut the grass though. It is therapeutic, like vacuuming. And some people have that kind of stuff. My crafting is therapeutic to me. Out there by that pool, I love the water. That's therapeutic to me. Shopping, I love to shop. That's people have their own therapeutic things that they like to do. I get that. I think I love cutting the grass as a kid because my dad had a riding lawnmower and it make me think I'm driving, you know? And basically that's how I learned how to drive because he wanted them lines straight in that yard. So that's my first experience of driving was that John Deere tractor riding lawnmower. Mm-hmm. Divorce is rare in my family. You blessed. My folks together still at 69. Both my sister and I married long term. I think I married long term, but it didn't end up that way. And neither one of the three. The last one was death. The issues of today can be traced to fatherless homes. That ain't the case in my situation. My parents were together 54 years. And divorces were very rare during those times. Divorces became very popular from looking back in the 80s. That's when divorces, I think, became popular because that's when the world had really changed after the Vietnam War, post-Vietnam. And people were just not tolerating things anymore. First of all, the woman is out of the home now. She's out in the working world. Before then, she was at home, barefoot and pregnant. Okay, but now those days are behind us. We're the products coming out as young women into the 80s, and we got jobs where, okay, I don't need you. I'm not finna tolerate that. So that's how it all begins. If you can't reconcile, you got to move on. And it has gotten worse to the point where people are not even marrying anymore. They just have children or either just live together. Marriage is almost out the window anymore. So it won't be as many divorces because it ain't that many marriages no more. In the generation after mine. Yeah. Do the parents get along? She in the chat, it's Tajisti. She can answer. From what I understand, they get along, but separately. They do better without each other. Sometimes it won't matter what you say. The child will be upset. Fact. And I found that out. Mine never really showed being upset or him being gone. Didn't matter until she was almost grown. Then I started seeing signs of behavior that was different. And it's like, why you wait till you get grown? Were you too busy? Did I keep you too busy as a child for you to even go through that? Because I did. I kept her in everything. She was jumping from here to there, everywhere. Everything was about education, mostly with her. Science projects. She gone to Austin. The guy who owns the Pontiac company, used to be the Pontiac company down in Dickinson, when they were making Pontiacs. Gay Pontiac was the name of it. Very wealthy family. His daughter and Brandy were real good friends. She wasn't as sharp as Brandy was in school, but she hung around her because she wanted to do some of the same things she was doing. I never had to pay for no trips out of town. They would call and they would say, we headed to Austin for the science project and we're going to stay in this hotel and we'll be gone until such and such a date. I would always say, I'm putting money in her purse. Take it out and use it for whatever she needs. The money would come right back home in the purse. Never spent a dime. They bought the food. They bought everything. She would go to their house, and I knew there was going to be some issues with them. And they had a mother and father at home because they had their own apartment upstairs, a full house, kitchen, bathroom, everything. They went downstairs from the top of the house in their own cars and left at will. Didn't know at the time until Brandy got a little bit older. The mother was an alcoholic. So they were raising themselves. I ended up doing the baby girl's hair, the one that was my daughter's age. She got married right out of high school. I went in on Christmas Day to do her hair for her wedding on Christmas Day. Never seen her since. But that's how they grew up. Sometimes they went, okay, Q, I love you. Really? How you know you love me and you ain't never seen or met me before? I ain't never seen you in here. But thanks for loving me. Keisha, oh no, I'm not riding on the lawnmower. You ain't gonna ride on the lawnmower. It's like riding a little tractor. Put it in gear. You got a brake and a accelerator just like a car. I thought I was the ish. Ain't nobody else in the neighborhood had no John Deere riding lawnmower, girl. I'd take off and go all the way down the street. Wasn't even scared. We have a family cemetery right on the side of the home church where we grew up with my parents, grandparents, all of them are down there now. At the time, it was just my grandparents. Very few family members were down there. And I'd go down there and mow the graveyard as long as it was day. I wasn't going down there in the evening now. No, I ain't got that bowl, but I'll do that. Okay? Chatting with Miss Mary T. Good morning, Miss Mary T. How are you? I just dropped in and hit the like. Thank you. I'm driving and listening. I don't text and drive, and please don't, but always enjoy your content. Thank you. I appreciate that. When driving this big rig, I need that good vibe. Yes, indeed. You're driving a big bad boy, huh? That's what I wanted to do, Mary T. But the doctor told me my knees are too bad and I don't even have cartilage there. And pumping them brakes and switching them gears and stuff would wear it out. And I was like, I might as well let that thought pass on by, okay? But welcome to Chatting with Ms.V, and thanks for coming in and talking. Missy is back to the situation at hand. It depends on the age of the child. She's 10. And if the ex is not a woman beater or abusive, I don't know. She said in the chat a few minutes ago he's narcissistic. Okay. What that entails, I don't know. Okay. Good morning, grand rises to you too, Denise. All praises to the Most High, all day, every day, 24/7. Power to the people who believe and trust in Him. Yes, indeed. Hey, yo, good morning. You're here at work about to feed the kids lunch. I'm in the bushes listening. Thank you, yo. And she's speaking to everybody. To just speaking to you also. Okay, Mr. Frank is from London. Good morning and welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very kindly. To do your best. That's all you can do. Be there and be emotionally supportive. And I think she's doing that, but it's draining her, Keisha. She's not sleeping because obviously she didn't marry for this to happen. It just happened. She found out about it later, or he started acting out later where she knew she wasn't going to be able to deal with him. So now we're at this critical point where she is 10. She's causing Tajista to lose sleep at night. And the only advice that I can give her from what she has said is that you're going to have to handle it gently. Be very, very conscious of her behavior because they will act it out. You'll see it. If it starts to change from who she was, who she's becoming, and then she's getting to that point where she's fixing to go through adolescence, you have just got to be attentive to her needs, her cares. Love her as much as you can. I don't know if he's in her life or not, but she needs to understand to a point who he is too, to be able to go over there and not be hurt by him. But explaining it is, you got to be careful, very careful. Charlene, you agreeing with me? I'm just talking on my experience. That's all I can do. I was always positive when it came to him, even until this day. I mean, I can talk about it now because he been married 20 some years, and you know, I'm been married and now a widow and everything else, and the child is grown. And she knows now exactly what happened. Okay? As a child, she never asked, and I never told her why we divorced. But, you know, once she got grown and she got her own husband or whatever, if she came to me about anything, I tell her straight up, yeah, this is the way it was. And I protected you. But I never told you you couldn't go over there or be around his people or go to your grandmother's house. You met all of your cousins on that other side going to your grandmama's house. You wouldn't even know who they are had I been the type of mother who took it out against you for what he did. No. Mm-mm. I'm quick to move on. Let bygones be bygones. It ain't worked out, so let it be. I ain't got no time for it. I ain't holding no grudges. It is what it is. Go on about your business. Wish you the best of luck. You know, that's how we can sit down to the table now and talk like decent people. Like I say, he doesn't have very much to say. Only if you talk to him or you say something to him or ask a question. Other than that, he just sit there and eat. Me and his wife talk. Let's see. Hey, Veronica, Ms.V, and beautiful chat. I hit the like button on the way in. Always enjoy your commentary. Thank you. So, back to the advice. That's all I have to offer to Gisty. It's just going to take a lot of love and care. It's going to take time. But hopefully, by the time she gets back to school next year, she'll be so busy learning new kids, people in the neighborhood she's gonna probably be around this summer, places y'all gonna go. Keep her mind active. Make sure she gets enough sleep. And if he's decent, let him be a part of her life. Whether you want it to be or not, it's gonna be difficult because you probably not, this is recent, so you probably not over whatever y'all went through, but you got to put that on the back burner for her, for them to rekindle or have a relationship. That's very important to her. And you'll see later on. She needs to know who he is. It's people who've done worse things than that. It's people who've killed people. That children love them to death. Alcoholics, jailbirds, dope addicts. It doesn't matter. If you love, you love. People can be both good people, just not good together. That's true. And then that's what I always told my child. He's a good person. He's just not for me. We're not good for each other at this time. I'm not going to tolerate anything that I don't have to. I'm not one of these women that just going to stay here and live my whole life miserable with somebody that I've fallen out of love with. I can't forgive you at this point. I'm out there working my ass off and you out there just having a good time with somebody else. No. Mm-mm. I left him in the 5,000 square foot house. And I walked with me and my baby. Okay? It wasn't like I couldn't get another house. I'm not a material girl, so it didn't bother me. I left with the Mercedes I was driving. And I think I had a Corolla I was driving back and forth. I took what I could afford to do. You're going to have to give up them rent houses though, buddy. If you want the house, which he did, because she moved in shortly after I moved out. Ain't nobody no fool over here. We ain't splitting up nothing. That's an even split. You take the house, I take the rent house. The smart one was me. I got money coming in. You got money going out. That house note was $1,588 back in 1986. That was a hell of a house note. That house note was based on 2 incomes, mine and yours. Your new woman ain't working, and it didn't work. It lasted not even 6 months after they moved in together. And then I'm getting a call from the bank asking me if I want to pick the house back up. Y'all didn't pay one note after I left out of there. That's how it went down. Never told her. Nothing about it. That was nothing she needed to be concerned about. Mm-mm. Not at all. And never tried to turn her against him. Mm-mm. This is my dream that I put on paper that you went along with, and you were so happy about it. And this is the way you're gonna act. Okay, well, let me show you how I'm gonna act. Sign them houses over to me. And then I got my income from my job. I got the rental property income, and I got child support. So who's better off financially, me or you? I always look at finances when anything like this is involved. That's why petty stuff don't bother me. If it ain't no money involved in it, that's gonna take anything out of my pocket or put nothing in my pocket, I got time for that. Okay? Think whatever you want to think, feel however you want to feel. I don't care. Okay? That's not a priority in my life, because 9 times out of 10, I'm doing something that's much more important than what you're talking about. To Jesse, is she going to counseling? That's another thing I want to get to. Glad you brought it up, Charlene, because at this point, I think counseling would help her understand that she's not the only child in the world who's ever gone through this, and she won't be the last. And I would greatly say, with Charlene, who brought it up, that counseling is probably needed, whether it's spiritual counseling from a pastor of the church that y'all may attend, or whether she goes to counselor that can help her with her psychology of understanding a kid from parents of divorce. Keisha saying, my daughter changed at 10 because she got her period. And they will. They're going through adolescence. They get a little grown going through that period. Mm-hmm. You agree, Charlene? Yeah. Not yet. Seek into it, to just and look up their backgrounds, how long they've been doing this, and maybe get somebody to refer you to one. I think it would strongly help, and it would take a lot of pressure off of you trying to explain it as the mother, because she might be turning a deaf ear to you because all she wants is her daddy back. You see where I'm coming from? And that's just what mama's saying. And then I don't know if they've had any relationships since the split and y'all divorced, but you don't know what he's going to be saying either. That's where I think the counseling is going to come in, because with mine, he never said anything negative to me, but he always questioned her whenever he did come get her, every little thing about me, which you should have been questioning her about anything about me. Y'all should have been spending time together, getting to know each other as she's continued to grow up. But that's how it started off. And then she pimped him off because she came home and told me, Mama, every time I go over to Daddy's, he always asking me questions about you, who you talking to, where you be going and all that. And I said, oh, okay. Well, what do you tell him? I tell him to go ask you. She was always pretty smart, because that's what I had taught her. What goes on in this house stays in this house. My business and your business ain't nobody else's business out there unless they paying bills up in here. That's the only way it could be their business. They don't know nothing going on. Ain't nothing to know. But whatever he asking you, it ain't his business. Am I asking anything about what's going on in his house? Don't know and don't want to know. That's his house. I ain't got to live with him no more. I've already made a decision. So I could care less. I hope him and the woman make it, because he seems to be more settled with somebody than without. Charlene, to just, I will be, hold on, it jumped. Lifting you up in prayer. God can work miracles, and I believe God. Yes, he can. Yeah. Give it to him and ask him to work it out and get your hands out of it. And then take the child and see if you can get her some outside help other than you and maybe the family around. Because I'm sure everybody around is comforting her right now, seeing what she's going through. Okay. I meet with strategists yesterday to help with any behaviors. I also took parent after separation classes or courses and lots of mental health and trauma response courses for me. Great, Tajisty, because that can be difficult. I'm glad to hear that because you seem to have made the adjustment quite well ever since you've been coming into the chat. I knew about this, but looking at your comments and how happy you are when you come into the chat and everything, you're still out there working for your bread and your butter. You don't seem like you have any problems. You never mentioned it until last night. Anything about you, you mentioned it last night because it was affecting your child. So hopefully some of the things that we have talked about out here today, it looks like you're on top of your game. You just wanted some advice from the chat and myself on what else you could do. And I think Charlene hit the nail on the head when she says, get her into some counseling. You've gotten it for yourself. Now get it for her. And monitor it and see how she's changing it. You talk with the counselor about what's going on behind the scene also. I mean, it could be her and the counselor just one-on-one. I don't know how they're going to conduct it. And that might be even better because she might open up more without you being in there, not to hurt you or say anything going on. But however it comes out, you need to know in order to deal with her because y'all are very close and you don't want to lose her behind any circumstances. Okay, she's agreeing to just as agreeing with you, Charlene. Real Spills is throwing up prayer hands for you. Much love to you, Charlene. To just it from Charlene. Yep. So I can't think of anything else. I thought about it this morning on the bus, my situation, and it's basically the same. She was torn. She even called a meeting one time for us. She was like an intervention and questioned him and questioned me as to why we can't be together. And I just told her best I could without telling her what had really happened. That we just have grown apart. And maybe it's because of me working shift work and being gone 12 hours and gone at nights. And you see, that's when they had all their bonding time because he worked days. So he was home with her at night. It was the days off when I came home. It's when he decided, okay, these are my days off on the weekend. Unless I was working. And sometimes we always had babysitters. He would take her to the babysitter. Okay? You can't have both. A working wife, a mother, you asking too much of me. Getting up every morning, I'm doing it all. We even meeting on the side of the road where I have her dressed, but it's too early to even take her to the daycare. So you coming from your job, heading home, I'm going to work, and you start flashing the lights and let me know it's you. So I pull over on one side, you pull over on the other side, and you come over to the car and get the baby, and we switch babies on the highway. That's how our life was then. Yeah. So I fully understand it. Like I say, once you know you really heal is when it doesn't bother you at all. That was then. This is now. This is the way my life is. I am a single mother now with a child, with a 4-year-old. And I'm going to make the best of this for me and you. Your father's always going to be in your life. His family has not done anything to me. You're going to always go over there. You're going to learn who your grandmother is, your grandfather is, and all your cousins. On that side. Yeah, and she did. I never told my daughter her father took me to court. I will when she is 16. When you feel like she can handle it, to Justin. It may not be 16. She might not be ready then. You'll know when she's able to listen to what you got to say and accept it for what it really is. Tajista, don't let age be a number. Let her reasoning, understanding, and thought processes be that time that you sit her down and talk to her. She may even come to you before 16. These kids are different these days. Things that they ask now and do now, I never would have. As I knew my mom was not going for that. She was going to tell me, that's not a child's business. Go on about your business. But we're going to keep you in prayers, Tajisty. I hope that we've been some help to you out here in the chat today. You're very bold, and I appreciate you wanting to come out and talk about it publicly, because what difference does it make? You live in a whole nother country, and we're here in the United States, but it showed us that we have the same problems around the world. What I always say, people are people. I don't care where you go. We're all going to share something in common, one way or the other. So there's no goody two shoes here, no baddie bad shoes over there. People are people. Accept them for who they are. And when things don't work out, you did the best thing, in my opinion. Instead of staying there in a relationship that it wasn't going to turn out well. If that's the way he was, it wasn't going to turn out well. But you brought a point across. My ex, her daddy, picked her up from the nursery school because I had him on the list. But he didn't tell nobody. He just went in, took her. He didn't sign out for her or nothing. When I got there, all they said is, she's gone. And I'm like, gone with who? And they said, him, her dad. And I was like, okay. I didn't know he was trying to take her away from me. But the reason he was trying to take her away was to keep from paying that $800 a month child support. You see, you got a woman now who don't work and don't bring in them 6 digits like I did. So every dime of your money now is counting. But that's what made them not be able to get together and stay together. She ended up calling me at work. I was at the plant. Yvette, that's what they call me, telephone. It's her on the phone. I'm so sorry. He threw me out his van at the president, the exercising place. And I'm like, why are you calling me? What I'm supposed to do about it? I feel sorry for you. Okay? I hung up the phone. End of story. Never heard from her again. She had left her husband, who was a very wealthy man. She moved into the house in Galveston. He called me up. The husband wanted me to go to court with him to testify that she's going with my husband. I'm like, no, I'm not getting involved in that. I don't need you to go with me. I'm not going with you. He sent me pictures of the van to ask me, was that his van? Yes, it is. So they over there at your house. They haven't even divorced yet. Okay? So we all go through changes and deal with stuff in life. But it didn't make me mean. It didn't make me a bad person, out there using my body to get back at him. No. I stayed focused. But it's things like that that'll make you a strong woman, where it takes a lot. Lip service ain't gonna get it with me. Say what you want to say. You haven't lived my life. You ain't been through what I've been through. You don't know my story. And only I can tell it. Stay strong, Tajisty. Stay loving and kind person that you are. Be there for your daughter. Walk in her room sometime when she's in the room. Knock on the door. Can I come in? Just hang out. Love on her. Lay in the bed with her. Y'all hold a conversation. Mother-daughter time. Go get your nails fixed together. Stay together, whatever you do. And don't let nobody separate the love that you have for her. Queen, I don't have his name on the school list. I wouldn't. Not if he's like that. I didn't know mine would do nothing like that. I thought we left on good terms but it was money. Money can make you do some strange and evil and bad stuff. Money can. But it was a lack of money in his case. Once that judge hit that gavel and gave me basically $800 of your money every month, I got the rent houses. You don't have that money anymore. That's mine now. The houses are mine now. You've deeded them over to me. I've deeded the house you wanted to you. Now, I got the cars that's paid for. You got stuff that ain't paid for. You got the note on this house and you got every bill to go with it. I was smart. I moved into one of the rent houses to get myself back on my feet without him. The note was $285 a month on the rent house. While I was in there, I remodeled both of them, the one I was living in and the one next door. So when I move out, I can charge more rent. Yeah. You got to do what's best for you. Do not listen to the outside world if they're not giving you sound good advice. Shut them out. Shut them out. The people who are there for you are there for you right now when you need them. That's who you need to listen to and stay with. They got your child's back and they got your back. Dang, I'm back. A neighbor stopped me. That's okay, Keisha. I'm going to leave it up. I'm not going to take it down. Thank you for the prayer hands, Devon. Appreciate you coming in. Excellent advice, Ms.V. Thank you, Denise. I'm not going to tell anybody nothing that I feel is going to hurt them. You go through enough hurts and aches and pains in life. Like I always say, for me to have hit that brick road, that was a brick road for me now, that concrete wall, and then want to see her go through it because I went through it. It's not who I am. It's not of my character. I don't want to see her hurt. I don't want to see anybody hurt. And I've said that from time to time. Thank you, Savannah. You think I'm cute? Pretty? Thank you. I always enjoy chit-chatting with you. Thank you, Keisha. B. Draco, do you like to eat? Okay, you got to go. If you do, you're a child and something is wrong. You need mental help. So hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. Thank you, team, for getting him out of here. Something is definitely wrong with him. He likes to eat boogers, okay? Ugh. I wish you nothing but the best, Tajisti. And we're all going to be praying for you over here, Tajisti. And we have your best interest at heart and your child's best interest at heart. That's our future. Okay? We don't want to see nothing hurt her or any pain she has to go through. All right? So, yay dig. That's right, 100%. Thank you. I appreciate all the new people coming into the chat today. I normally stay out here about an hour. You're so welcome to Jisty, and you know how to contact me with whatever it is. And if you don't say, bring it out here publicly like you said today, it's between me and you, and I'm a good person to take things to the grave. I have things I could have said about a lot of people out here on YouTube. I'd never cut them down because they cut me down. And it's the truth. And can prove it. In a text, an email, or somebody was here at the house when they were on the phone. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here and try to finish my stove, clean up my skillet over here. Finish my coffee, heat it back up, and finish my coffee, get me a quick nap, and then it'd probably be time to go back to work. Overall, you're at peace, and that's a good thing. So the focus is just getting your daughter to where you are at peace with the situation, however it is. And I will get the pink stuff, the paste that y'all were kidding me about when I first came on. Man, I was out of it. When I first came on here, I was like, into what just said. And what y'all was saying wasn't even registered in my mind. You and Auntie Millie, that wasn't registered. It was about this 10-year-old. It's about what she was going through. And can y'all help me with this problem? Because I can only speak on my experiences with that problem. Let's see. Yo, Dig, I've learned that you have to accept things for what they are and people for who they are. And you're right. And once you do that, nothing will bother you. It doesn't matter what they say, how they talk about you. It don't matter. Because that's who they are. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You was laughing, Keisha. And to just is agreeing with you, Mr. Diggs. Correct. All right, y'all. I am getting ready to get off of here. I appreciate everybody coming in. Hit the like button for me. Share the work. And I'll be back on tonight around the same time. And we'll finish chatting. I found more information about what we were talking about last night with the sheets and the sleep and all that. I found a lot of different brands that I want to tell y'all about. And y'all can look it up. It seemed to be a very good chat. Over 1,000 some people have viewed it thus far as of this morning. So I'm going to finish that up and then we'll pick up on something else if we have time. If not, we'll finish on that and we'll go to a new topic tomorrow. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Exactly. Don't come talking about you could call me. No, we done already talked. You ain't give me the opportunity to talk and tell you, then I don't want to come back over there no more. I'm done over there. Don't ask me and don't be telling me I could have done this. No, you could have shut your mouth and not said nothing and everything would have been good. And that's just how it is. Okay? That's facts. Yes, it is facts. The VIM work the same for less. Gotcha. And I got a screenshot it to Justin. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Have a blessed day. We'll talk later tonight. Much love.